I might be doing something stupid here. I don't know. I know a lot of people out there that are into collecting and retro gaming. You're probably gonna maybe gasp, have a little slight heart attack, possibly be driven to drinking a large amount of alcohol to get yourself through this moment, but I don't care. I want to do this. So what I have before me is new old stock, or old new stock, however you want to say it. This is a box of brand new Burger Time carts on the Intellivision. Yes, this is new old stock. So this is something that was made at the factory to be sent to retail stores, and for whatever reason just never got put on the shelf, and I am in possession of it. I am in possession of it because this was given to me by a fan. This was like, I would say 3 years ago, and it has been sitting on my shelf this whole time. But I don't know, I had a wild hair. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to open up one of these. I'm gonna take one. I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna smell that fresh Intellivision air. That's, air that hasn't been smelled since it was at the factory about almost 40 years ago. Now, when it comes to Burger Time on the Intellivision, it is one of my most nostalgic games. It is the game that I have the most memories of early on. Obviously, I have a lot of memories of Super Mario Brothers and Atari ST stuff. Intellivision, my earliest memory is Intellivision boxing, but Burger Time is, I would say, the one that I have the most memory of. It's right up there with boxing, and I can distinctly remember sitting in the floor on a giant wooden console television, me and my grandmother playing Burger Time all night. And my grandmother loved this game. She was a huge gamer. She was into the Intellivision, she was into the Atari, and then we moved on to the Nintendo, the NES. I personally didn't have a Nintendo at my house, not until I became a teenager and actually started working and earning an allowance and stuff, and I saved up and I bought one to just have at my house. But the family's NES was at my grandmother's house, and that's where all the kids would go, and that's where we would play it. So she developed a love for it too, and she loved playing Super Mario Brothers, and she loved playing Super Nintendo when it came out, and eventually she actually went out and bought her own self a Nintendo 64. So she was a big gamer, and I think this game was the catalyst for her becoming such a huge gamer. And so that was kind of one of the reasons I wanted to open this. Now, I do not remember what it was like to open this game when we got it at Toys R Us. More than likely, it was Toys R Us. I can't remember that far back in that specifics. And I certainly can't remember the specifics of actually getting it home and opening it up. But I want to kind of relive that and imagine what it was like. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to look. I already peeked. I'm not even going to try to play. I already peeked. I already kind of lifted this up and looked in it. And look, I'm surprised I held out this long. Let's face it. Look, it's been 3 years or whatever. It's been sitting on my shelf. I took the liberty of opening it up because I didn't want to rip the cardboard or anything on camera and all that stuff. But yeah, here we go. Look, it is glorious, is it not? It is glorious. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, brand new Burger Time games. Okay, well, let's open one of these bad boys up. Okay, so here we go. Get the knife. Now, look, don't make fun of my pants. I know it's snowman. I know it's fleece. I know that it's July or maybe August when this video goes up. But look, they're comfortable. Don't make fun of me, all right? So, all right, let's take the knife and cut this bad boy up. Look, no sort of, hesitation, no sort of build up. It was just, hey, let's just take the knife, slam it into the plastic, and rip that sucker open. No couth on my part. So here we go. Take off this plastic. Now this, I'm just savoring. This is probably what it was like for us, 40 years ago? Damn, I'm old. damn, I'm old. When was it? It came out in '82, didn't it? Oh, I was right. It came out in '82. So yeah, 38 years ago, give or take, depending on what month. You know what that smells like? That smells like cardboard. I don't know what I was expecting. All right, so here we go. We are pulling out a mitt. A mitt. Wait a minute. How the hell are you gonna do this? Are they really gonna? They really shoved a manual in there. All like, I would have been mad if I had opened this up as a kid and the manual was a mitt. That's not cool at all. Okay, here we go. The game itself. Oh, look at that. We got the overlays. We even got this little, I've never seen this before. So I guess this is a little piece that protects, I guess it protects this and keeps them from rubbing together or sticking together if it gets in a humid place. Makes sense, because it looks like if it was in a humid place for a while, these probably would stick together. But yeah, these are, I've never seen these overlay cards. Let me get the focus on that. I've never seen these overlay cards look this clean before. This is, yeah, there's not a fingerprint on this. This is awesome. Trying to pull out the game. I'm trying to pull out the game, but not, I guess, destroy it at the same time. It looks like there's a little piece of, it's hard to see, and it's kind of, I won't be able to show it on camera, but there's a little piece of cardboard that basically goes over the game to keep it from sliding around that you have no choice but to kind of push down and ruin the inside of the box, but whatever. I got 7 more of these or whatever. And yeah, there we go. Now, what's interesting about this, sorry, I don't know if that was like that, but what's interesting about this is it's different than the one that I have now currently. The one I have currently is a different label altogether. It's yellow, and it actually has the actual logo of the game and not just Burger Time written on it. So my guess is that this was probably a late release, and more than likely that's, you know, it makes sense because a late release, then they're probably not going to sell as much. So it's more likely that they are still around and in new condition. It's kind of like that with the F-Zero that I got at MacFest one time. They were the greatest hits edition and not the first ones that came out. So yeah, I would have to say that this is more than likely a later release label variant. That's what it's like to open up a brand new Burger Time game in the year 2020. Never thought I would ever say that. And if you've never played it, this is definitely one of the better versions of this game on the Intellivision. Now look, you got to get past the controls. The controls of the Intellivision are notoriously bad. I get that. But this is definitely one of the better ports of this game. I love it. It's my favorite version for sure. And there's always been debate. Some people will say you should keep your things sealed. They're collector's items. And you have people that'll tell you should open them up and play them. That's what they're meant to be. I've always been kind of like in between. I have friends that say one thing and I have friends that fall on the other. And look, if you want to keep all your stuff sealed as collector's items, that's up to you. And if anyone tells you or otherwise or tries to shame you for it, well, screw them. And vice versa. If you want to open them, play them, or you just even open them up and smell them like I did, and someone says that you shouldn't do that, well, screw them too. It's your stuff. Do what makes you happy, right? And that's always how I've been. Most of the stuff that I own sealed, I own physical and loose anyway. So it's like in my situation, like why not just keep it sealed as a kind of a collector's item? I could always play the loose one if I wanted to. And, you know, I do have a Link to the Past sealed. Thank you very much for that, Tony. That's one of my prized possessions in my collection, because that is, I would consider, my favorite game of all time. And I have on occasion thought about what it would be like to open that game up. But I think I'll hold off on that one. I think I'll hold off. If I ever make it to, say, like 65, I might just go ahead and open it up. I might take that sucker, rip open the plastic, smell that Super Nintendo air for the first time in decades, and think to myself, oh, this is what it was like to be a 14-year-old. Oh, and the Super Nintendo was the greatest thing ever. And you're playing Link to the Past and you just got it home from the store and you're opening it up for the first time. I can relive that. So I'll save that one for the future if we make it. But for now, I'll just stick to Burger Time. And, you know, it's not every day you see a box full of boxes that you can open up. But, well, here we go. And anyway, I highly recommend the game. I know the controls suck on the in television, but hey, look, it's still one of the best ports on one of the early home consoles for this game. So definitely, if you have it in television, you don't have Burger Time, get Burger Time. In fact, I'll probably end up giving some of these away at some point. I'm not going to sell them. I know that people are going to be asking in the comments section, hey, put them up on your eBay or whatever. I'm not going to do that. I can't sell gifts like this. However, I think down the road in the future, more than likely, we'll do some kind of contest and give some away, or maybe just, I don't know, give them away at conventions if they ever come back. So most of these will go to some of you guys watching if you're into that. We just got to figure out a way to make it happen, and I'm sure, absolutely sure that the person that gave this to me is perfectly fine like that. They just, you know, they wanted them to go to a good home, and they have been at a good home this whole time. But, you know, since I have them out of the box now, why not just spread the love? So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll keep you updated on this. We'll think of something. And if you are not subscribed, you can subscribe up there somewhere. And if you're, you know, if you want to watch a previous video that YouTube is going to recommend or whatever, that's right there. You can watch that right there. So you go ahead and watch it. Thanks for watching.